Hello pipe smokers, Mike here, TPC again. We're going to go over part 2, and I think I can fit part 2 and 3 into this one video. Found to work on isn't too horribly bad, and then I can just kind of explain some of the other things that I do. Smoking the Maestro Beraldi. Thick walls. About as craggy as it gets on this. Really deep rustication. Smokes very cool. Those thick walls. Good smoking pipe. Tinderbox blend, vanilla spice, one of my go-to blends for sure. I'm gonna get some housekeeping or shout outs out of the way first so I don't forget them and mess it up. Southern Cross Smoker left a really nice comment on the last video. I appreciate that. It's neat that that you're watching the vids. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Pipe Scratch left a good comment on a video a couple back and gave me a shout on his last video. It means a lot, man. Appreciate it. This video is to help a couple people. I've got comments from Birch 5077. Hopefully we'll cover some of the issues you're having with your renovation or help you along with your renovation. Michael Miners, hope you're watching this video. Stick with it, buddy. You can DM me anytime. I'd love to see you get some of those pipe refurbed and start firing them up. Love to see that. And I can't leave out the Pipe Fiend, kind of the guy that got me doing YouTube videos and set my channel up as cool as it is. Great guy. Make sure you check him out. Did his first video. Go give it a watch. And he happens to be an admin on Tobacco Pipe Collector's Facebook page. Good guy. Good guy. Alright. Well, I went shopping yesterday in search of a pipe that was in fair to partly crappy condition, and I actually ended up with 3 pipes. Those of you that have the disease know. I found this. We're not going to work on this one today. It's an Aristocob. For those of you that haven't seen them, metal with a cob insert. Pretty cool. It's got metal embedded in the bottom with the hole. They also call this a system pipe because it draws below the bowl and you suck up through that. We won't spend a lot of time going over these pipes because I want to get this part 2 and 3 done. Then I had to pick this one up. This little teeny guy. It's a pretty cool little shape. I got short breaks at work, so yeah, it's about a break time pipe, we'll call it. And here's the pipe we'll be working on today. It's a Rex, made in England. Actually, I'm going to go over this part for some of you guys that are just getting into the pipe thing. and some of the guys that have been in the pipe thing for a while and just kind of do it because that's how they were taught. When you take your stem off, you all know to twist it. I mean, that's anyone that's been smoking a pipe knows that. But a lot of people are twisting it back and forth. Okay, if you think about that, you keep twisting it back and forth the same way every time, you're gonna oblong your tenon and the shank doing that. So twist 360 degrees all the way out. This one happens to have a pretty crazy little system in it. We're not going to worry about the stem. We did that in part 1. This is the part we're going to concentrate on today. Okay, so it's got some burn, some residue around the rim. I'll do a quick thing on the briar as well. Okay, so what I use for shank, bowl, rim, and outside is whiskey, Everclear again, that brush I told you needed to get, nylon shank brush, some paper towels, some microfiber towels also if you have them, and our little secret weapon, olive oil again. Alright, so in my process I finished the stem. Right now it would be sitting in a nice coat of olive oil waiting for that last buff that I showed you. So on this one, I'm going to start with a bowl ream. I'm not going to go through the whole process. I always try to get these to work first. This is a self-adjusting reamer, so as you push down, the arms come out. So get it centered nice, and just lightly, just a light twist. Very little pressure down. Very little pressure down. Go back the other way. Go back again. I mean, you don't want to force this thing too bad. Just kind of let it do the work and lightly press down to extend out the arms. Got a good chunk of carbon out of that. I don't know if you can see it. My arm doesn't twist that way. I may have to pick up the camera. That's just one. Now, I don't ever take my renovated pipes down to briar. There's no reason to get rid of the work somebody already put in to put hopefully a decent cake. If not, you ream it down to a decent cake so it's at a nice good thickness. And that light's not going to work for that, but you'll just have to take my word on it. That actually worked really well. So I'll then take a pipe cleaner, bend it over my finger, go into the bowl, take a couple quick twists around that, get just the dust out. Take another clean pipe cleaner, just try, run it through there. Get the dust out that you can. Then we'll go to our nylon shank brush. I better not skip this part. Get you a paper towel. Bunch it up. Shove that bad boy down in the bowl real good. With this strong alcohol I use for the shank, I don't want it getting into the bowl. So put your paper towel in there. Get you some Everclear. Remember what I said about getting the alcohol on the briar. Be careful not to do that. So we'll just run this brush up through the shank here. It'll hit the paper towel so you'll know you're all the way in. And that's not too horribly dirty of a pipe, but to save time, I always run a dry one back through, fold it in half to get around. Get that good and clean. Alright, so we got that clean. I'm going to pull the paper towel out, and we'll finish off the inside of the bowl with bent over your finger, dipped into some whiskey of your choice, or any alcohol of your choice. I'll just do a quick, especially on these estate pipes. I mean, you don't know what was smoked in it. Spider webs, I found them in there before. Just run some good booze down in there. Clean it up nice. Oh yeah, see, I'd smoke that now. Take the dry one, just kind of sop up so there's no puddles on it. That's good. Alright, now we'll go around the rim. Make sure you guys can see that. I don't know how big of a secret this is, but I don't use booze. Saliva. Saliva and a clean a lot of times this is the only thing you'll have to do. This one appears to be, and you can spend some time doing this depending on the build up on it to clean that rim. It's got a little burnout on it, and it's got some chunks. So that's when Old Reliable comes out. I didn't think I'd have to use this, sorry guys. I'd have been a little more prepared, had the right. But this also reminds me to answer Birch 5077's question on what wheels I'm using on my Dremel. This wire wheel I've got, the only way I've ever been able to identify which wheel I want, the softer one, is the gold color. They come with a gold and a silver metal wheel. I use the gold one. It's softer, a little thinner than the silver one. And this is just a regular mini version of a rag buffer brush. So just to get this remainder off the rim, we're going to go to some olive oil, fairly generous coat. Sorry for the noise on the last video, but bear with me. I'll try and speak up as I'm fire up your Dremel. Just go real light over that rim. This wheel's soft enough not to scratch that briar, especially with the olive oil acting as a lubricant. Just real light. for those of you that are wondering how I brought that Il Seppo deep craggy blast pipe back from the dead, was olive oil and that wire wheel. I took it straight to the pipe. Just kind of followed the grain of the pipe with that wire wheel and olive oil, and it worked really well. Okay. A little saliva on there. I mean, you're not going to get the burn marks out, but you're going to get that carbon buildup gone. And I suggest doing the old saliva around the rim trick on your new pipes too. Don't let it build up. Don't let it build up too far, and you won't have that problem. So, put another quick coat of olive oil around that rim. And again, I'm rushing these videos. I don't normally just put it on and wipe it off. I'll let it sit in there for a minute sometimes, but we won't get too crazy. We won't wait for that. There it is. I won't say good as new. This has a flaw in it, a little fill right there I didn't notice before. That's okay. You find this stuff on these pipes that you get from antique shopping or some of these older estate pipes. That worked pretty good. And you can continue if you have to on that too. If you have to take a wire wheel to it again, you can, but I got the buildup off with that, so no biggie. Okay, so I'm switching from the wire wheel because the bowl on this isn't, the outside of the bowl on this isn't bad. I'm going to go back to the buffing wheel. This video's getting pretty long, sorry guys. I couldn't justify a full video on just this outside part, but I can do this quick. Olive oil, pipe, decent coat. Find a spot to start. Just get in there and start buffing that sucker. Follow the contours of the pipe myself. I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do it. Just let the wheel do the work. See, it's getting, you'll notice the oil is getting dirty. It means you're doing your job, you're cleaning that bad boy up. It may look clean to you. And that's what I like about the olive oil. Prior to putting a wax on, which I don't do yet, because the olive oil does such a good job. Use this buffing wheel to get into those nice lines. Those will get caked up with stuff over time. Take that bad boy around the rim just as a finishing. Right, that was quick. I don't always zip through them that fast. Microfiber. Get all that dirty oil off. Another quick coat. I don't do whatever I can to keep the olive oil out of the draft holes and the bowl, because obviously that would affect the flavor. Okay, then I'd let that sit for a while and then give it a light buff. Just a light buff. With the microfiber. Even that stuff out on there. Light buff. And there we go. Pretty good looking pipe. I hope that helps. Anybody wants more information, send me a comment. If you want me to cover something else, let me know. But there is TPC Mike's version of a quickly done pipe restoration. Appreciate y'all watching. Check out the Facebook page, Tobacco Pipe Collectors. Check out my boy Pipe Fiend and the other guys I mentioned earlier. Thanks.